Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Pramod Sagar from Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on inheritance. This is the inheritance is a feature of Java programming language. Or you can say every object-oriented programming language are having this feature inheritance. So, what is the inheritance? What are the various types of inheritance? In Java, we will discuss today in this class. So inheritance means what is the need of this inheritance? Suppose that there is a class A. Suppose that we have a class A is having some characteristic, some properties, and if another class, if a class A is having some characteristic or some properties, if another class want to access the characteristic of class A, suppose I am saying that another class, that is B, class B also want to acquire the property of class A. So what we can do in Java, we can use the properties of inheritance. That means class B can acquire the property of class A with the help of inheritance. So basically inheritance is a mechanism by which an object acquire the property of another object. That means this is a class B. All the object of class B can acquire the property of all the objects of class A, right? So but there must be a hierarchical relationship. That means there must be a parent-child relationship between these two class. So inheritance is a mechanism by which an object of a class can acquire the property of another class derived in a hierarchy. The relationship must be a derivation. That means a class will derive from the another class, right? So now here in this case, the two things are there. One is the parent class, A is the parent class, and B is the child class. So this is the inheritance, right? So in some books you will found that we will call parent as a super class, then we will call child as a base class, right? So subclass, when we are calling it as a super class, it will call as a subclass. When we are calling it as a base class, this child class will be called as a derived class, right? So inheritance is a feature in Java that allows one class to inherit the properties and behavior of another class. With the help of inheritance only we can do this. So there are 4 types of inheritance in Java: single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. It was there in C++ language, but here it is not possible. But with the help of interface, we can do this multiple inheritance also in Java, right? So let us see all these 4 properties one by one. So now let us come to the single inheritance. Now what is this single inheritance? So in single inheritance, there will be a single class, and this class is derived by the another class. So class A is there, and this class A is inherited by the class B. So single parent and single child is there, right? So this is the single inheritance. So now here in this example of single inheritance, what we are doing, we are creating a class animal, right? Animal is a class. You can say this is the parent class because this animal class is derived by the dog class. Now what is the way for the inheritance? We will use the keyword extends, right? We will use the keywords extend. On the right side of the extend there will be the parent class, and on the left side will be the child class. So class dog extend animal class. The dog will be the child class and animal will be the parent class, right? So now what happens, we have the method, we have a method eat in animal class, and we have another method bark in our child class. So 2 classes are there, animal and dog. Two classes are there, animal and dog class. Animal is the parent class, dog is the child class. We have two methods. One method is the eat in animal class and another method bark in the child class, right? And there is the relationship between these two classes, that is the parent and child relationship, with the help of extend keywords, right? Now what happens in main class, we are creating an object. Here D is the object. D is the object of the class dog. D is the object of the class dog. And now what we are doing here, with the help of this object, D, we can call the method of the parent class as well as we can call the method of the child class, right? So this is the example of single inheritance. Okay, there is no need to create object of the parent class separately and child class separately, right? With the single object, because this is the D is the object of the child class, so that means it is allowable to access all the methods, all the data members of the parent class also, right? So this is the example of single inheritance. Now next come to the next example. Output will be like this, right? When we call this method of the parent class eat, so whatever is written there, it will be executed. Here a eating statement is written, so eating will be printed. Another when we are calling the child class method bark, so barking statement is written, so it will be displayed here. So this is the output, right? Now next come to the multi-level inheritance. Now what is the multi-level inheritance? When a child inherit another class, when a class inherit another class, and this class is already inherited by some another class, the level of inheritance, that means class A is there, this class A is inherited by the class B and class B is inherited by the class C. There is the level of inheritance, right? So this is called multi-level inheritance. So in this example, what we are doing, we are taking two classes, three class. One is the animal class, another is the dog class, and third one is the puppy class. So parent class is the animal class having one method eat, and we have a statement eating in this class animal. So this is the parent class. You can say this is the parent class, right? Now here dog is the child class of this animal class, right? So this is the child class, right? And third one is the puppy. This puppy class extending this child class, so you can say this is the child of child, right? Parent class animal, child of parent is dog, and child of dog is the puppy. So we have multi-level of inheritance, and already we will use extends keywords in inheritance, right? So these are the three methods: eat, bark, and weep. So what we are doing, when we are creating object of the child class, child of child class P, so this object P is the object. So P is the object, and it is allowable. P can access all the method of itself, whatever methods are defined in the particular class, P can access, and also P can access all the methods of the parent class and parent of parent class. So with the help of this method, with the help of this object P, we are calling eat method, parent of parent, and we are calling the bark method, and we are calling the weep method, right? So this will be the output: eating, barking, and weeping, right? First we call this method, so eating will be displayed, then we are calling barking method, then we are calling weeping method. So this statement will be displayed. Now next come to the hierarchical inheritance. Now what is hierarchical inheritance? In hierarchical inheritance, single class will be there and multiple childs are there. We have a single class, we have a class A, and class is having number of childs. More than one childs are there. child B, child C, child D, and so on. More than one child will be there, so then we can say this is the hierarchical inheritance, right? So all the classes, all the child classes can acquire the property of the parent class. Parent class is the A, right? So now here we are defining a parent class animal, and one method eat is described here, written here, right? And statement is eating. Another class is the dog, inheriting the animal class, right? And one statement is written here, barking. We have a method barking, right? And another class, so dog, cat, these are the two classes inheriting the animal class. The common class is the animal, that is the parent of both dog and cat, right? And when we are creating now separately, we are creating first object of this class. So object of this class can access method of this class as well as method of the parent class. When we are creating object of the cat class, so cat object we can access the method of the cat class as well as method of the parent class. So this is written here, and output will be like this. Eating, barking, when we are calling method of the parent method of the object of the dog class, so eating, barking. When we are creating object of the cat class, so then we are calling method of the cat class as well as the method of the parent class, right? So this is the hierarchical inheritance. Now next is the multiple inheritance. So multiple inheritance means more than one parent class, more than one parent class will be there. Now we have a class, A and another class B, and many more classes are there, means two or more parents will be there for a common class, common child class, right? So child class is having parent A, B, and so on. That means I am saying that child class is inheriting property of more than one parent class, right? So this is the multiple inheritance. So Java does not support multiple inheritance. We can do this in C++, but it is not allowed in Java. So with the help of interface only we can do this, right? So now how can we do this? So we are creating a interface animal, right? A interface animal. We will define the method here in this interface. We will create another interface. So I am saying that a child class acquiring the property of more than one parent class. So instead of creating parent class, we will create the interface. The animal is one interface, bird is another interface. Both are having method eat, right? So what we are doing, we are creating a child class bat inheriting this, but here in this case this child class bat which acquiring the property of animal and bird, we can do only with the help of interface only. So in case of inheritance, when we are inheriting a class, so we will use the keyword extends. But in case of interface, when a class inheriting the interface, actually it is not inheriting, it is implementing the interface. So with the help of implements, we will use this keyword implements. Implements keyword will be used. Implements keyword will be used for this. Implements, this implement keyword will be used for the interface, right? So bat is the child class which implementing the animal and bird interface. You can say like this, right? So obviously this class bat is also having some method defined in this. So here we are having a method eat, right? So a statement is written over here, right? So this eat and fly, two methods are described in, two methods are written in this bat class. One is the eat and another is the flying, right? So now what we are doing now, now the thing is that when we creating an object, now important point is that when we are creating object of the class bat, right? So bat object of the bat class is b, right? So next we have to call the we have to call the method of the interface. So with the help of bat b, with the help of bat b, b is the b is the object of the class bat. So with the help of b we can call the method of the animal class, animal interface, as well as method of the bird interface, right? So with the help of object of the class bat. So here this will be the output is not written. So for flying at night and eating insects will be displayed. Now come to the conclusion what we learned from this inheritance topic. So there are 4 types of inheritance. As already I discussed with you: single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and multiple inheritance. Single inheritance means one child inheriting the property of one parent, right? And example written over in previous slide: dog, extend, animal. Multi-level inheritance means one class inherit from another, which is already inherited by some another, inheriting another class, right? Hierarchical means multiple classes inheriting from one parent, and multiple means a class implements multiple inheritance interface. Multiple interface, we cannot say that multiple parent classes are there, we can say multiple interfaces are there, and these are inherited by the child class, right? So these are some problems written over here for students to solve this. We have to create a class vehicle with a method start, right? This is example of problem of single inheritance. So create a class vehicle with a method start, create another subclass. That means we have to create a class vehicle. In this example we have to create a class vehicle, and this vehicle class will be inherited by the and also there we have to define the method start method. We have to describe, we have to the vehicle is the class, and this class will be this vehicle class we have to inherit with the create a class car that inherit. So we have to create a class car, create a class car, and we have to define a method honk in this class, right? So write a program to create an object of a car class and call both methods. So this is the example, this is the problem given to you. You have to solve this, and output should like this: vehicle is starting, car is honking, right? And another problem is multi-level inheritance problem. Now in this problem what we have to do, we have to create a class person, we have to create a class person, we have to create a class person, and in this person class we have to define a method show manager, show employee. Person class, create a class person with a method show person, and this class we have to inherit by another class which is called as manager. Manager class, and now in this manager class we have the method show manager, right? And now another class manager, that add a method show manager, write a program, create of the manager class, and call all 3 methods. One is the person class, Another is the employee class is also there. So we have to define one more class in between these. One is the person class, and this person class is having method show person. This person class will be inherited by the employee class, and this employee class is having method show employee. Show employee, and we have another class that is manager. And this manager class is having method show manager. Right. So this is the example of multi-level inheritance. So we will create object of this show manager class, and this object can call the method of manager, employee, as well as the person class. Right. So now third problem is the hierarchical inheritance problem. Now in this method, in this problem, what we will do, we will create a parent class shape. You have to create a parent class shape. And you have to define a method draw in this class, right? And this class hierarchical hai na? And in this class is create two child class. One is the circle that overrides the draw circle, and we have the method draw. We have to override this. Override is another property of inheritance, right? And we will draw and print drawing a circle, and we have another child class that is the rectangle. And we will again this override this method draw, right? So this is another example, right? So write a program to create object of class circle and rectangle car draw on each, right? This is third one example. And now last example is for the multiple inheritance. Now in multiple inheritance we have to create two interface. One interface is the flyable. One interface is the flyable, and this interface is having fly method, right? And another is the swimmable, and this is having a method swim. These are the two methods of these two interfaces, right? And we will create a class duck. Duck is the class, right, that implement both interfaces, right? And in this way. So this is the example of multiple inheritance, right? So now this is the all about the inheritance in Java. 4 types of inheritance we discussed one by one. We have seen the example of these inheritance. You have to implement all these problems by using Java only. Thank you very much.